Yeah, the Constance Jones reports for, well, the 22nd that we're all the way up to here. We had a nice little rally, consolidation, then it continued ever so slightly pushing up, creating some positive extremes along the way. And, filled back in a good portion of those all the way to the last breakout. So that was fairly good run. Nothing surprising from our viewpoint. We saw that we had gotten into a range area here. We're still testing that same range every time we get to the top side of it, break out just a little bit. There's plenty of selling from that point and drives right back down. So we hit that back to the 50%, coming back up on it. Let's see, they should be able to even it out by the time the European session ends here and you start the U.S. session. But nothing's changed. You continue to see the bombings. Additional activity in the Red Sea from the Houthis. That's how you say it. So, yeah, those are all problems. But at the end of the day, everyone's still going to be looking at the economic numbers and really don't have any new or upbeat things to say about it. It's just the same old process. Hard to see that candle there because it's just a giant open wick there. From the open, it was pretty much straight up. Intraday, we had some stuff. We get a little bit of a fill back. We expect anywhere from a third to half fill back. We already got the third, so that already took place. Kind of interesting when we look at the DOC and that you've had a complete reset of everything. That's not the question. The question is whether Magenta can cross back over there and sustain it. You're at the same point you are with the NBI weight. So shorts, bulls, kind of equally tossed at this state. They're just playing the advantage, one side over the other. No one's clearly dominating. When we look at the Nasdaq, though, you can see the bears had clearly had more of an advantage. That's faded now because now you see a stronger return from the bullish side of it, and that's really what lifted and helped the S&P up from that standpoint. And you still don't even have a orange dip below green, so without that, if we get a pivot up of that orange before it does cross it into the green, yeah, you would expect this to fail miserably from a pop up, but that doesn't mean you still aren't going to get that kind of movement. The problem is here, oil, and you see that massive move up already again. And this is the continuation of the conflict, the reduction of potential oil, not just from the Strait of Hormuz, but then also the Red Sea. Yeah, it's a nightmare situation for oil. That's a nightmare for the Europeans. It's going to drive Euro into problems because again, where is Europe going to get its energy from if all sources are blocked? That's problematic. The better question then becomes, what kind of systemic growth are you seeing from the U.S., or is it just chugging along with massive deficits, just concealing the fact that you have negative growth? That's the real question. And you're certainly not going to get any benefit from where oil prices are. Right? So, you can mask it with the deficit to some degree, but it's not going to be hard to see the numbers. You can't hide it forever. Gold's already starting to make its little move because that inflation now is built in. Likewise with Bitcoin, and these were all expected. Whether they're sustainable or not becomes really a question of how the market behaves because things continue to rise. There's no reason for anyone to migrate out. It won't be until you see actual real numbers starting to say things are a little bit less optimistic than they thought. So we'll just continue to play it as it is, and we'll keep following the signals. But clearly, there's plenty of problems, and like we talked about, the wall of fear is usually to the upside. Um, if there's significant news that will warrant it, or oil continues to get out of control, that will put such downward pressure that it will become obvious. So we'll see it long before the breakdown, and particularly intraday. As always, anything wrong, then I'll put on the team chat. Have a good one. Trade well.